Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel, Limitless Voices with Namono. A place for safe conversations, a place where every voice really matters. I'm your lovely host, Susan Namono. And today we are going to be talking about gender stereotypes. Do you know what it means? What comes to your mind when you hear the word? Feel free to go down to our comment section and let us know what you understand by the word gender stereotypes. So gender stereotypes, I would like to break it down. These are generalized assumptions, attributes, characteristics, roles about how society expects men and women to behave. And these are so many, like they are held worldwide, and that's how everyone views it. And I'm going to be giving us some really very good examples so that we can really understand what are these gender stereotypes. Are they harmful? Do they have an impact? Just stay with me and I'll be exploring that. So one of the gender stereotypes that I can mention is how women are viewed to be delicate, more associated with the domestic roles. And then when we come to this other side, men are supposed to be strong, energetic, they should be emotionless, they don't have to cry. But does that mean that they are really emotionless? No, they are not. They really have things they go through that really make them emotional. How about the domestic roles? There are those that people think, these ones are for the lady. A man can't really do this. But then when we break it down and a man does them, is there something that happens? Really no, it's all the same. And I would like to share an example. I was invited to a training. It was a leadership training, and I shared and said, this is what I'm going to do. And when I shared, a colleague asked me, that is a very good opportunity that you're taking up those leadership trainings. Don't you think you're going to be too empowered and it will scare away the other gender? And that made me to think, as women, we are supposed to be ambitious, but again, not so ambitious, because when we are too ambitious, again, it's going to scare away the men. You're not going to be likable. Men will fear to approach you. And then we are made to shrink in. We are made to be agreeable because we want others to really like us. But then I'm wondering, is that a bad thing? For someone to have ambition, for someone to have goals. And this is exactly what these gender stereotypes do. They limit potential. They limit someone's ability to pursue their dreams. Why? Because you're viewed in a certain way. But there are also those restrictions that make you to get afraid. I think maybe I should back up, because then if I do this, I'm not going to be likable. If I do this, I may never get a man to marry to. I was talking to one young girl, and she shared with me that they told her, you're a girl, you don't really need to worry about leadership, because at some point you're going to get married and the man will be the one to take care of those things. But it is good for this young girl to know that they can pursue their dreams. Because if she's told that she can't, it's like hindering her from taking on some of those opportunities that she would like to take on. So you and me, which gender stereotypes are we out there, consciously or unconsciously making the people around us to believe? Is there something that you think we can do? Yes, we can. We need to change how we view some of these things. I know several organizations have really tried to make sure that some of these things change. But remember, it's your role and my role to continue changing this. And I'm happy to let you know that this month I'll be hosting different women who have been able to break through these barriers and They've broken these gender stereotypes and they're holding positions. They're finding ways of how they can balance domestic work, but not only domestic work to define them, but they're taking on other different leadership roles. So I know you don't want to miss these. Stay tuned, and every other week I'll bring you a new guest who will share with you and give you insight. Thank you so much. If you've not subscribed, please feel free to go down and hit that notification button. Let's keep growing. Remember, it's one voice at a time.